Welcome back to Brew and Boost, your daily dose of news and English with a twist. I'm Emily.
And I'm Jake. Today we're talking soda wars, specifically why Coca-Cola's sweetener choice is stirring up investors, health debates, and a bit of nostalgia.
That's right. President Trump claimed Coke is switching from high fructose corn syrup to cane sugar in the US, and things went fizzy real fast.
Before we dive into today's dialogue, let's warm up with a quick quiz. Here's your question.
What makes Mexican Coca-Cola different from the US version?
A. It has less caffeine. B. It's made with cane sugar. Or C. It comes in a bigger bottle.
We'll reveal the answer at the end of the episode, so listen closely.
All right, here's today's dialogue between Maya and Alex.
Trump stirred things up again. He claimed Coca-Cola will switch from high fructose corn syrup to cane sugar in the US.
That's a big deal. Right now, Coke uses HFCS in the US, but in places like Mexico, they still use cane sugar.
After the announcement, corn syrup investors freaked out. Their shares took a dip almost immediately.
Meanwhile, sugar futures jumped. It was literally a sweet day for cane sugar.
Coca-Cola didn't confirm it, though. They just hinted at new innovative offerings.
The Corn Refiners Association is up in arms. They warned that thousands of jobs could be at stake.
And yet Mexican Coke, made with cane sugar, has a cult following here. People say it tastes better.
Maybe. Health experts say HFCS isn't much worse, but perception is everything when it comes to food.
Let's break down today's dialogue line by line and help you really understand what's going on. Here's the first line.
Maya says, Trump stirred things up again. He claimed Coca-Cola will switch from high fructose corn syrup to cane sugar in the US.
Stirred things up is a casual way to say someone caused drama or controversy. It's like saying, here we go again. He made people upset or excited.
Right. And then she gets to the big claim. Trump said Coke will switch from high fructose corn syrup, or HFCS, to cane sugar in the US.
HFCS is a super common sweetener in American sodas and snacks. It's made from corn and has been used in US Coke since the 1980s.
In contrast, cane sugar is made from sugarcane, and a lot of people think it tastes better, or at least more natural.
Next line.
Alex says that's a big deal. Right now, Coke uses HFCS in the US, but in places like Mexico, they still use cane sugar.
That's a big deal just means this news is important. It could affect business, health, or public opinion.
And he explains the difference. In the US, it's corn syrup, but in Mexico, Coke still uses cane sugar.
If you've ever seen Mexican Coke in glass bottles at stores, that's what he's talking about. It has a cult following, and some fans say it tastes better.
All right, here's Maya's next line. After the announcement, corn syrup investors freaked out. Their shares took a dip almost immediately.
Freaked out means they panicked or reacted emotionally, probably by selling their stocks fast.
And when she says their shares took a dip, she means the stock prices went down. Take a dip is a really common phrase in financial news.
So the fear is that if Coca-Cola stops buying HFCS, demand could drop, and that's bad news for investors.
Then Alex says, meanwhile, sugar futures jumped. It was literally a sweet day for cane sugar.
Sugar futures are contracts that predict future prices. When he says they jumped, it means the prices went up.
And then there's a fun pun, a sweet day. It's a play on words. Sweet means both good and related to sugar.
That's right. It's not an idiom you'll hear all the time, but wordplay like this shows up a lot in headlines.
Now Maya says Coca-Cola didn't confirm it though. They just hinted at new innovative offerings.
So far, Coke hasn't officially said yes or no. Didn't confirm means they're staying vague.
And hinted at new innovative offerings is classic corporate speak. It sounds exciting, but doesn't tell you anything specific.
It's basically saying, we might be doing something, but we're not ready to say what.
Then Alex says, the Corn Refiners Association is up in arms. They warned that thousands of jobs could be at stake.
Up in arms is a strong idiom. It means they're really upset or strongly opposed to the idea.
The Corn Refiners Association represents the companies that make HFCS. So if Coke drops corn syrup, they're going to fight back.
And at stake means something is in danger, in this case, jobs. So they're saying this change could cost people their livelihoods.
Next, Maya says, and yet Mexican Coke, made with cane sugar, has a cult following here. People say it tastes better.
A cult following means a small but loyal group of fans. It doesn't mean a literal cult. It's used for niche products or shows that people really love.
Yeah, and in this case, that love is for glass bottle Mexican Coke. A lot of people believe it tastes cleaner or smoother.
And finally, Alex says maybe. Health experts say HFCS isn't much worse, but perception is everything when it comes to food.
Maybe shows he's not totally convinced. Then he brings up something important. Experts say HFCS and cane sugar are actually pretty similar in how the body processes them.
But then he says perception is everything. That's a powerful phrase. It means how people see or feel about something often matters more than what's actually true.
And that's especially true with food and marketing. If people think cane sugar is better, even if it's not, it changes how they shop.
And that's the end of our dialogue.
Now that we've gone through each line, let's play the full dialogue again so you can hear it with fresh ears.
Listen for those expressions we just explained. You'll catch a lot more this time around.
Here it is.
Trump stirred things up again. He claimed Coca-Cola will switch from high fructose corn syrup to cane sugar in the US.
That's a big deal. Right now, Coke uses HFCS in the US, but in places like Mexico, they still use cane sugar.
After the announcement, corn syrup investors freaked out. Their shares took a dip almost immediately.
Meanwhile, sugar futures jumped. It was literally a sweet day for cane sugar.
Coca-Cola didn't confirm it, though. They just hinted at new innovative offerings.
The Corn Refiners Association is up in arms. They warned that thousands of jobs could be at stake.
And yet Mexican Coke, made with cane sugar, has a cult following here. People say it tastes better.
Maybe. Health experts say HFCS isn't much worse, but perception is everything when it comes to food.
Expression Spotlight. All right, now let's move on to our favorite segment, Expression Spotlight.
We'll go over the 5 key expressions from today's episode and a few other tricky ones you'll want to remember.
First up is freak out. In the dialogue, Maya said corn syrup investors freaked out.
To freak out means to panic, overreact, or have a strong emotional response, usually fear or stress.
It's super common in casual English. You can use it for both serious and silly situations.
For example, I freaked out when I lost my passport at the airport, or my cat freaked out when the vacuum turned on.
You can also say, don't freak out if you want to calm someone down. Like, don't freak out, but I think I left the oven on.
Next up, take a dip. In the dialogue, we heard their shares took a dip almost immediately.
Take a dip means something decreased slightly. It's often used with prices, numbers, or even moods.
For example, the temperature took a dip last night. It dropped below freezing.
Or in finance, Bitcoin took a dip after the news broke.
It sounds casual, but it's totally normal to hear this on business news or weather reports.
Number 3, up in arms. This one showed up when Alex said, the Corn Refiners Association is up in arms.
To be up in arms means to be really angry or strongly opposed to something. It often involves a public reaction or protest.
Like residents were up in arms about the new parking rules.
Or fans were up in arms when the studio canceled their favorite show.
It sounds dramatic, and it is. Imagine people literally holding up their arms in protest. That's where the expression comes from.
Now number 4, cult following. Maya said, Mexican Coke has a cult following here.
A cult following is a small but very passionate fan base. It's not about religion, it just means some people are super devoted to something niche or unpopular with the mainstream.
For example, that sci-fi movie didn't do well in theaters, but it developed a cult following over time.
Or, this indie band has a cult following on social media. They're not mainstream, but their fans are loyal.
You'll hear this a lot with food, music, fashion, or even weird TV shows.
And finally, perception is everything. This one came from Alex, who said, "Perception is everything when it comes to food."
This means the way people see or believe something often matters more than the actual facts.
It's huge in marketing, politics, and public opinion. Even if two products are the same, if people believe one is better, that belief can drive behavior.
Like, that brand isn't really higher quality, but people trust it more. Perception is everything.
Or, he didn't say anything wrong, but people thought he sounded rude. Perception is everything.
So let's review. Today's 5 expressions were freak out, take a dip, up in arms, cult following, and perception is everything.
All of them came straight from today's news, and now they're yours to use in real conversations.
Speaking of today's story, remember our quiz? What makes Mexican Coca-Cola different from the US version?
The answer is, it's made with cane sugar.
Yep, while US Coke uses high fructose corn syrup, the Mexican version sticks with cane, and fans say it just tastes better.
Whether it's the ingredients or the image, one thing's clear: perception really is everything.
And that's a wrap for today's episode.
If you enjoyed it, share it with a friend and keep building your English one brew at a time.
We'll see you next time on Brew and Boost.